I played Mix every single day for hours, and in this video I will show you everything I learned about this agent. I will explain exactly how to play him and how to win more games with him. But first, let's understand Mix's playstyle. As you know, he is a controller and honestly one of the easiest smokers in the game. So if you are new to the controller role or you just want a simple agent that doesn't require difficult mechanics, Mix is perfect for you. But that's not all. Most agents in Valorant fall into two categories: agents who can play aggressively on their own and agents who are stronger with team play and support. Mix is clearly in the second category. So if you enjoy supporting your teammates and playing smart, team-focused Valorant, Mix might actually be one of the best support agents in the game for you. Now let's talk about your role on attack. As a controller, your main job is to smoke choke points when your team is pushing aside. But Mix is more than just smokes. He can stun enemies, seal teammates, give combat stim, and even knock back, deafen, and slow enemies. Because of this, you should always play with your team. Don't lurk and don't stay far away. Your value comes from supporting. At the same time, you shouldn't be on the front line. Stay slightly behind your team and focus on helping them. This is especially important for your ultimate. Since it has a cone shape, you can safely debuff enemies from behind your team without hitting allies. Also, the cone gets wider the further it travels, so using your ultimate from a distance increases your chance of hitting more enemies. Now let's talk about your E ability, your smokes. This is one of the simplest smoke abilities in the game. If you have played agents like Brimstone or Clove, you'll already understand how it works. But if you are new, learning smoke placement is one of the most important skills in Valorant. On attack, you should smoke defended choke points, common angles where enemies can hold safely. For example, on Lotus C site or Heaven A site, there are specific key smoke spots you should always cover. Timing is also very important. Your smoke lasts 16 seconds, so you should place them right before your duelists enter the site, not too early. Watch your duelist and react to their movement. Since your smokes recharge, you should also use them against during post-plant, especially on choke points where enemies are pushing for retake. Now let's look at your Q ability. This ability gives you and ally a combat stim for 8 seconds. It refreshes when either of you gets a kill, as long as both of you are alive. It gives plus 10% fire rate, faster reload, faster weapon equip, and faster recovery. To get maximum value, use it on your duelist right before they enter site. They will take the first fights, so they benefit the most. Also, avoid using it on snipers. It's best for weapons that can spray. Timing is critical. If you use it too early, the buff might expire before the fight even starts. And one important rule: don't use it on yourself unless you are the last alive. Using it on teammate also buffs you, so always prioritize teammates. Now let's talk about your C ability. It has two modes: healing zone, concuss zone. In most stations, healing is more valuable. You should usually save at least one charge for healing. Use the other for utility if needed. If your team already has strong utility like mollies or initiators, prioritize healing even more. When using the concuss, throw it at choke points. Place it near your smoke so enemies can't easily destroy it. This forces enemies to walk into it when exiting smokes. Always watch your teammates' health bars. React instantly when someone is low. And place the heal where your teammate is going, not where they currently are. Usually they will fall back into cover, so throw it behind them. Important: enemies can also use your healing, so place it away from enemies. Be aware it works through walls. You can destroy your own device if needed. Now your ultimate. Since it's a cone shaped, use it from a distance to hit more enemies. Best timing: after placing smokes, before your team fully pushes. Try to cover as much of the side as possible without hitting the teammates. After using it, enemies will be deaf. You can run without making noise. You can also combo it with your concuss for even more pressure. Alternatively, you can save it for post-plant. It's very strong for stopping diffuses since it knocks enemies away. But be careful, If the spike is near a wall, your ultimate might push enemies into the wall, preventing them from being knocked off the spike. So always position yourself carefully in post plant. Now let's move to defense. As a controller with map-based smokes, you should play around mid. Why? Because your smoke range is limited, and from mid you can reach both sides. Your job? Wait for info, smoke immediately when enemies start pushing. Also, you will often be responsible for watching mid. Since you don't have info abilities, rely on teammates or use shoulder picks carefully. For smokes, use both charges if the site has multiple choke points. If only one choke point, save the second smoke to re-smoke after 16 seconds. With experience, you will naturally learn the timing. Also, don't waste smokes if enemies rotate, save them for retake. On retake, smoke choke points or smoke the spike while defusing. On defense, you will often be alone in mid, so save your Q for retakes or rotations. Use it on teammates when you regroup. Same rule as attack. Use it right before fights, not too early. Now how to use C on defense. Same concept as attack. Keep one charge for healing. Use the other for concuss. Place concuss at choke points near your smokes, and always be ready to heal teammates quickly. On defense, your ultimate is great for step-in pushes. When enemies rush, use it immediately to delay them, force them to fall back or rotate. It can also stop spike plants. For retake, use it right before your team pushes. Enemies won't hear you running. Just make sure you cover as much of the site as possible. Now, which map is Mix good on? Since he's a Brimstone Clove type controller, he needs mid control to smoke both sides. So the worst maps for Mix are Breeze, Bind, and Fracture. On these maps, it's hard to cover everything with your smoke range. If you still want to play him there, play as a second controller. Coordinate smokes with your teammate. For example, when one smoke is about to fade, the other player should replace it. So that's it. If you're playing Mix for the first time, or even learning controller as a beginner, I hope this guide helped you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and subscribe for more guides like this. Also, check out my playlist for my Asian concepts.